Michael Thomas Goodwin Jr. of Davis County has pleaded guilty to the shooting death of his father. Goodwin changed his plea during a hearing Friday morning in the Davis County Courthouse. He has now pleaded guilty to one count of second-degree murder, punishable by up to 50 years in prison. Second-degree murder normally carries a mandatory minimum of 35 years behind bars, or 70% of the sentence. However, prosecutor Doug Hammerand asked the court to waive 15 years of that mandatory minimum.
Yes, Your Honor. The plea agreement with the state and the defendant is as follows, Your Honor. The state's understanding is today the defendant will be pleading guilty to the lesser included offense of murder in the second degree. However, because the defendant was 16 years old at the time of the crime, the plea agreement is the defense and the state are asking the court to suspend 15 years of the mandatory minimum, which would mean the defendant would be pleading guilty to murder in the second degree with a mandatory minimum of 35 years, suspend 15 of that, so he'd have to serve a mandatory minimum of 20 years.
Whenever we think we completed. Now, keeping in mind all the things we have just discussed, do you still wish to enter a plea of guilty to murder in the second degree?
If the judge follows the prosecution recommendation, Goodwin will serve a minimum of 20 years in prison minus time already served. In Iowa, judges are not bound by agreements reached between prosecutors and the defendant, and though unlikely, they may change the terms at sentencing. Goodwin admitted to shooting his father twice in the head following an argument in December of 2015. Goodwin Sr.'s body was found in his home about 24 to 48 hours later. Goodwin Jr. was initially charged with first-degree murder about 1 month later. Sentencing for Goodwin Jr. will be held in July. For Ottumwa Radio News, I'm Nick Davis.
And then I will enter an order accordingly to set that for a half a day.